has given us many hadith that make things very simple and clear to us. Verse number 1. Everyone in this room knows the hadith about the ummah being one body. No one needs to hear it again. We all know that every single Muslim in the entire world, anyone who sincerely says La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, has a right upon every single one of us, that we defend their blood, their honor, and their wealth, and that the Kaaba is less in our eyes than one Muslim and their life, and their blood, and their honor. So we all know that. But now I want to talk to you and summarize for you the same way that Rasulullah summarizes it in this hadith. That you striving and sacrificing and putting a foot forward in the path of Allah and sacrificing in the way of Allah, like helping on simple humanitarian solutions for starving people, thirsty people, people who are dying in hospitals, is our obligation. And it is your obligation and my obligation to save ourselves from the fire. First, Rasulullah says, لا تزول قدم ابن آدم يوم القيامة من عند ربه حتى يسأل عن خمس عن عمره فيما أفناه وعن شبابه فيما أبلاه وماله من أين اكتسبه وفيما أنفقه وماذا عمل فيما علم. So he summarizes it all for us. He's saying on the day of judgment, the feet of the son of Adam will not move until they are asked 5 things. These are the 5 things. Your life and how you spent it. And for all the shabab in this room, all of the youth in this room, your youth and how you spent it. And anybody who is a parent in this room, please relay this message to your kids. Your youth and how you spent it. وَمَالِهِ مِنْ أَيْنَ كَسَبَهُ وَفِيمَا أَنْفَقُهُ. Your wealth. How did you make it? How did you earn it? And how did you spend it? And your knowledge and what you did with it. Rasulullah also says, نِعْمَتَانِ مَغْبُوبٌ فِيهِمَا كَثِيرٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ الصِّحَّةُ وَالْفَرَاغُ. That there's 2 blessings in which most of humankind they waste. They spend it in heedlessness, and that's their health and their free time. So as Muslimin, as mu'mineen, we have a strong purpose in our life. Our only purpose is not just to go through the whole cycle of the quote-unquote American dream, where we go to school, after we graduate from high school, we go to college. And why do we go to college? What is our intention to go to college? To go to college is so we can get a degree. And to get a degree so we can make money and get a good job. Make good money and get a good job so we can get married. Get married so we can have kids. And then spend the rest of our lives making sure that those kids live a luxurious life. And they might be able to go to a private high school and a nice college. And they can move on. And everything is just dunya. How do we increase in dunya? Rather, this is not the mindset of the Muslim. The Muslim, especially in the state we are in right now in 2025, has the obligation to exhaust their resources, not to merely benefit themselves and their families, but to benefit the ummah, and to benefit the mustada'afin, again, that we were talking about before, that call out in Quran, that send us a protector and send us a helper. This is the mindset of a Muslim. This is the mindset of a mu'min. When we receive our mindsets from social media and from online and from the secular world, then of course, we're going to go down the path that they want you to go down. Do they want the Muslims to increase in their capability, to be able to fend for themselves, to be able to make their own food and grow up their own food, drink water, to survive, to not be able to get starved to death at the snap of a finger? So what do they do to you and I? They blind you with dunya. And they blind you with the pursuit of dunya. So that you don't even think for a second that you can do anything about it. I'm here to tell you today, in your own backyard, here at Nushu Institute, we have a place here in Buffalo that I'm sure throughout all of the Western world, we don't know of any other organization that is doing this kind of work. A Muslim-focused humanitarian organization that is in a feedback loop with Muslims in those disaster sites all across the world. And how to solve their everyday problems. How can they start going to the bathroom without it becoming a public health disaster? How can they prevent themselves from starving to death? From watching their mother and father or watching their kids starve to death and there's nothing they can do about it but sit there and watch them slowly die. We are here to tell you that we can now do something about it. And if you yourself cannot directly help within, like I said before, you can help financially through your connections, tell people, spread the message, go on our social medias, go on our website, tell people. Allah knows your capacity. I don't, and I never will. Only you and Allah know your capacity in your situation, and you will be judged based upon that. In the Muslim's mindset, because this is the biggest calamity in the Ummah right now, is musibah. That we believe that we're helpless, we're powerless. That I'm just one person, or I'm just my jama'ah in the Masjid in Buffalo, New York, in a small Masjid. And there's billions of people in the world, there's governments, there's the United Nations, there's this, there's that. This is from shaitan. You as a Muslim, you are a human being. Everybody else in the world is also a human being. The people who are making decisions, the people who are oppressing our people, the people who are preventing food, water, drink, medical supplies, medical care from our people are also human beings. But they are the helpers of shaitan and we are the helpers of Allah. And we believe that if Allah is with you, nothing can harm you. That if the whole entire world were to come up against you and say that you can't work on these solutions to feed hungry people, you can't work on these solutions to make sure people get adequate medical care, you can't do it, just give up already. That if Allah wants it to happen, it will happen. Allah says in the Quran, إِن يَنْصُرْكُمُ اللَّهَ فَلَا غَالِبَ لَكُمْ. If Allah helps you, none can defeat you. وَإِن يَخْذُلْكُمْ فَمَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يَنْصُرُكُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. That if Allah leaves you, who can help you after Allah? And let the believers rely upon Allah. And I want to just end with this, because sometimes Muslims believe that in order to get to the level of striving and sacrificing in the way of Allah, that I need to work on my own personal spirituality, which is 1000% true. But you can do that at the same time. If you're struggling with minor sins or major sins, don't let shaitan come to you and say that this is not for me, these are for the good people. These are for the people who are already up there, the people who know how to read Quran and pronounce Arabic and are in the Masjid and are coming for the tahajjud and for fajr and reading Quran all day. La. This is for everyone. Every single Muslim and non-Muslim, but especially the Muslims. And I want to end with this hadith. Rasul says, المؤمن قوي أحب إلى الله من المؤمن ضعيف وفي كل خير. That the strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer. وفي كل خير. And that there's good in all of them. أحرص على ما ينفعك واستعن بالله ولا تعجز. And to, strive in the way of Allah and seek help from Allah and never get frustrated. وإن أصابك شيء فلا تقل له أني فعلت كان كذا وكذا. That if anything bad has happened to you or is happening to you, don't say if only this had happened and if only that had happened. ولكن قل قدر الله وما شاء فعل. But say that this is the decree of Allah and Allah has decreed whatever, Allah decrees whatever He wills. فَإِنَّ لَوْ تَفْتَحُ عَمَلُ الشَّيْطَانِ. And the word if opens up all the doors for shaitan. So, I'm ending with this. That no matter what your state was before you entered the masjid today, none of it matters. Not at all. قل يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. That Allah forgives all sins, and tell the servants of Allah to never despair in the mercy of Allah. For the ones who have wronged themselves and have fell into sins and fell into wrongdoing and struggling really hard, don't despair in the mercy of Allah, and Allah forgives all sins. No matter what you have done, no matter what you have said, no matter where you have been, Allah will forgive you. And today you came in here, and I hope you can leave today with a renewed sense of purpose. That if I was struggling with these sins, and I was struggling with this kind of lifestyle, that I want to turn to Allah now. And I want to put my foot forward and strive in the path of Allah to help humanity and to help the world. So may Allah relieve the suffering of all our brothers and sisters in Gaza and Sudan and Syria and Afghanistan and the Congo and the Rohingya and all across the Muslim world and humanity, and make it easy on them and accept from them. May Allah allow us to benefit from the knowledge of this religion and guide us down His path and use us for His religion. May Allah not allow us to be deceived by the pleasures of this world and to see this world for what it is. May Allah forgive us and overlook our mistakes and forgive all the Muslims, the living and the dead. May Allah bless our community, our leaders and the Muslims all across the globe. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا